Morning. I don't know if you can see me. There you go. I'm gonna rush. This is a case of really having no plan whatsoever. Arrived here, Edithburgh on the York Peninsula last night. No idea what to do, but really couldn't sleep, fancy getting out. So I just walked down here, found a little swimming pool, and I'm going to try and see what I can do. So some horrible fluorescent lighting, but this is a lovely little pool. As you can see, if it wasn't for that fluorescent lighting, I think we'd get some really nice shots here. We're going to give it the best we can. I've set this image up, this composition up, looking along this little yellow line jetty looking out, and you can see that we've got a nice glow. It's a pity to waste that glow, and I just wish these railings were in the water, but you know me, if it's in water I love it. So there are a couple of old pieces of iron out there that I may try and isolate and just do some minimalist sort of imagery. There is unfortunately a floating platform, which no matter how I try in a long exposure won't be sharp. So I may take a second shot and paint it in, or I'll probably just clone it out, to be honest, because it'll look like a blurry mess. Yeah, it's a beautiful little spot, and yeah. So we're set up here, half in this water on these steps, and half out, just looking back. And I do think that the fluorescent light is going to play havoc with our composition, but we will do the very best that we can regardless. 8 minutes, off we go. And there we go. So let's move on to our second shot of the morning. I quite like these leading lines. The problem we've got with this fluorescent light is it's throwing all sorts of horrible light onto the rocks. Okay, so while we've got some light, I'm going to see if I can compose another shot. What I'm looking for here is these rocks anchoring the bottom right, and then these little pieces of metal in the sort of mid left, and then the sky above that. So that's what we're going to go for. See behind me, there's some lovely colour in those clouds, and I might try and take an image of the baths itself, but we'll give it a go because the trees framing the back of that, the back of the swimming baths you can see behind me are quite nice. This composition's nice and easy. Just got the rocks coming in from the left. I'll go to F16. I've adjusted the polarizer slightly to take the glare off the water, and so we might just be able to see the existing pool wall, which is under the water at the moment because it's high tide. So you might just be able to see that through the water itself. A beautiful swimming bath building off to the left hand third, and let's just bang in 2 minutes straight away, F16. Let's see what we get. Literally turn around and step up onto the rock, all of a distance of about 4 meters. Not even that, I think. I don't think I've moved 4 meters the entire time I've been here. This one's probably going to be 16 by 9. Off we go. So this time I've put the 3 pieces of metal on the left hand third with some negative space and the lighter side off to the right. We've just moved up onto the bluff a touch. Very simple. We have some leading line, some rocks leading out with a little water channel that just sits out and looks out over the bay, and then the jetty just sitting in the back. I'll just pull in some of that cloud, that extra cloud there. Let's increase this to probably about 10 seconds I think we'll get. But there's a tiny little slither of light that's just fading away as we speak. And you can see that that's actually cast some golden light just here, as it was on my face, just in this right hand corner, which has helped lift that corner a fair bit, so that's good. Put our camera down first, and then I'll step in. There we go. So what we have here is a sort of little arch or window which looks out onto that little piece of metal that we saw earlier. It needs some beautiful colour behind. I wish I'd found it earlier, but that's okay. 13th of a second. Well, I'm not sure that will be fast enough, so let's try that. 15th of a second. Let me have a little look. I think that looks sharp enough. So let's retake that. So I'll take several shots through to the back of this mini little arch, all the way back to the arch, and then one for the pieces of metal at the back. And then I can blend them in as we go. So we're at F11, which doesn't give you a great deal of depth on medium formats, so that's why I'm taking so many shots. Right, so I have to switch to my trusty little GoPro here, so you get a full face of me. I'm still just focusing in and focus stacking away through this little cave. You can see here, it's just to make sure that we've got front to back sharpness here that's quick enough and focused enough so that it looks sharp and doesn't detract the eye, and then we can focus in on the pieces of metal at the far end, and for that we don't need it anywhere near as fast, so we're going to bring it all the way down, and we can play with that texture in the water a little bit should we want to. So at the moment it's still a fairly fast shutter speed. I think what I want to do is really slow that down. So I'm going to go up to, don't need to go to f16, I just need to throw a filter on, and that's giving us 10 stops, giving us around about 4 minutes, so we'll throw that on. That should completely obliterate any texture in that water and make those little pieces of metal stand out. It was a pity. Thank you for joining me here. Edith Berg, I think it's Berg, but you never know. Yeah, a little impromptu shoot. Didn't expect to get out this morning, woke up, I knew there was a little pool here. I was just hoping that there was something that I could take. I think the fluorescent lights were a bit of a bugger. They've played havoc with our composition, but let's hope we've got something out of it anyway. If you have subscribed and you do follow me, thank you very much. If you're new here and you fancy following our adventures, then please consider subscribing. Always appreciate a like and a comment. And so wherever you are, please take care of yourself and your loved ones, and until next time, see ya.